Guys, it's Sarah and today is Booklist Thursday. This is a video series I do with my friend Lindsay over at Lindsay's Little Library. And every Thursday we bring you some sort of list or book topic that we feel like talking about for the week. And this week we're going to bring you some recommendations for last minute summer reads because summer's almost done. We are in the last week of summer. And if you're having some of those books that maybe you wanted to get through during the summertime because they're really good summer reads, but you never did, and you're kind of like, maybe I can squeeze one more in. Here is a list of a couple that I have read and really loved that I think will be really quick, fun summer reads that you can kind of squeeze in before we head into the fall. And then I also have one that I am planning to read this week. The first one I want to talk about is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. Colleen is a favorite of mine. I love her books. And this one was a really quick, fun read, definitely. And the reason I think it's kind of summery is just because it's a lot of fun. You can get through it really, really quickly. It's juicy, very juicy. This is definitely one of the more sexually graphic, if you will, books from her. But it follows a woman who is living across the hall from her brother's best friend. And in turn, he's also friends with her. He is a pilot, and there's an attraction there. And they come to a little bit of an agreement. He is not looking for a relationship, neither is she really. And they decide, but we still have some needs, so maybe we can turn this into kind of a friends with benefits type thing. So they kind of start an arrangement like that. And he's very secretive about his past. Some things have happened in his past that he's not comfortable sharing with anybody. And obviously, some of those feelings start coming to the surface the more they get to know each other and the longer that they are entering into this intimate relationship, and things just kind of go from there. So it was a lot of fun and a little bit emotional as well, as some of those feelings on his side start coming out and she starts realizing what he's been dealing with. And it was just a ton of fun to read. So that's a good recommendation. So if you're looking for maybe a Colleen Hoover that you can kind of get through really quickly for the summer, Ugly Love is where it's at. Another one I'd like to recommend is an oldie but a goodie, and that's Something Borrowed by Emily Giffin. I read this a very long time ago, but I absolutely loved it. And this does involve a wedding and, well, a spoiled wedding, if you will. This follows a woman who is basically in love with her best friend's fiance. And they are obviously getting married. There is definitely an attraction between this woman and her best friend's fiance, but it's never, she doesn't think that it's reciprocated, and she doesn't think that there's a chance for them at all. So she's just going along with it. Meanwhile, she's pining over him, and it just kind of goes from there. But it was a ton of fun and definitely summer vibes with, you know, the wedding planning and all that kind of stuff happening. But that's a good one. I really enjoyed that one when I read it. The next one is another short book that took me by surprise when I read it. We read it for one of our book club picks, and that is Everything We Keep. This is by Carrie Lonsdale. And this one is about a woman whose fiance goes missing. And she's trying to find him, basically. She's uncovering some things about him that she didn't know previously and trying to find out if he's even alive. He's kind of presumed dead. And she's just trying to figure out what exactly happened. And just this whole big story unfolds in front of her eyes. And definitely summary as far as, you know, like this, the book starts out on their wedding day and he's not there. And it just kind of goes from there. But this has one of the best first lines I've ever read. I loved it. It was fantastic. I still remember it. And it took me by surprise. Like, I absolutely loved this book when I read it. There's actually more in this series now. This is the start to a series. I think there's 3 books in it. So I do need to get back and kind of read some more from this author, but it was fantastic. The next one I would recommend is another shorter book. It's a young adult. It's called The Castaways. This is by Jessica Fleck. And this is one that I really enjoyed. It took me by surprise again. And this is pretty much a take on Lord of the Flies, but it has a female lead character and it involves some time travel. And this book was so much fun. This does have a big content warning though for bullying. There's a lot of intense bullying in this book, so just be warned of that. But we follow our main character who is in high school. She is very much the victim of a group of girls who are bullying her. And she takes off in this corn maze. So this actually kind of takes place in the fall, but I'll get to the summary vibes in a minute. She takes off in this corn maze trying to get away from these girls, and she trips and she falls into a portal. And it takes her to this island where there are other kids there who are dealing with a lot of things that they were trying to run away from as well. And they are put immediately into survival mode because they're here. This is real. This is actually happening. And they have to survive and try to figure out how they can get back home. Meanwhile, they are helping each other with their problems. And there is also kind of a territorial thing happening as well with another group of kids that are on this island. So that's where kind of the Lord of the Flies thing starts happening. And yeah, so it was a lot of fun, and definitely when they're on the island, summer vibes there. And the last one that I want to talk about is a book that I'm planning to read this week. And I checked it out from the library recently, so I would like to go ahead and get to it. And that is Shipped. This is by Angie Hockman. This has been pitched as The Hating Game meets The Unhoneymooners, which is enough to sell me because I loved both of those books. I could have easily put both of those books on this list, by the way, but I've already talked about them so much, so I wanted to give you guys something different. But this one follows a woman who is up for a position in her job, and she is very excited about it, trying not to expect too much, but she kind of feels like she's going to get this position until one of the people who is the bane of her existence shows up, and he is also up for the position as well. And the catch is they have to actually go on a cruise together to prove themselves on who's going to be the best person for this position. So that is definitely Hating Game meets The Unhoneymooners. They hate each other. They're both up for the same position that they're in competition with, and they have to go on this vacation together that they don't want to go on together. Yes, so I'm totally in for this. It's fairly short. I grabbed it from the library because I had heard about that, and I thought that this would be a fun one to try to sneak in before summer is officially over. Okay, guys, that is it. Those are some of my recommendations for fun, quick, easy reads that can kind of close out the summer season for you, if you will. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. Please head over to Lindsay's channel and see what she's going to be recommending today as well. And let me know down below what some of your favorite summery reads are. What was your favorite book that you read this summer that has big summer vibes? Let me know. And I will see you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day. Bye.